Oh, hi there. I didn't see you again. Always sneaking up, aren't you? Well, as you can see, I'm at my writing desk, and although I don't have a book to review this week, I was looking through some of my archives to see some previous works I had written myself, because I am a self-published author after all. In the past I've written screenplays, newspapers, so join me as I look through the archives. Now, many years ago, myself and several friends, we wrote screenplays, scripts, as you will. And in hindsight, these were, well, they were just rip-offs of The Walking Dead, but with our own twist. We also wrote scripts inspired by other series such as Law and Order and many other similar police shows. With me, I have copies of several of those scripts. Here is one. Here is another. Oh, here is also another. And another. I didn't realise I still had so many copies in my possession. And I also seem to have a bunch of scripts with errors in them for some reason that I didn't throw away or correct the errors. Instead I decided to print them off. Many copies of scripts with simple errors. Oh, and here's a character family tree which I made. I put a lot of effort into this, you see. Oh, it goes on quite much more than I ever suspected. Let's take a read through one of the scripts I wrote with friends, to see if they hold up to today's standards. Now these are some of the earliest copies available, some that don't even have copies backed up online. This is it. Let's start off with our Walking Dead ripoff. Now this was based as a spin-off from our main show, and that was called Court Martials. So we thought, we want to do a zombie show based off The Walking Dead using characters from our own show, Court Martials. What should we call it? The Walking Marshal, which doesn't make any sense to do with zombies. It was clearly a copy and rip-off. But let's go into it. This was an early pilot script, probably written around 2013. Scene 1. The beginning of it all. Dante Blood God. Well, you want to hear about the beginning of my group's survival? Well, you came to the right place. He seems to... Is this Liam Neeson? I don't really know. Every story has its beginning, and this is ours. Not quite how I imagined him to sound. Friday the 13th of October, 2013. 3 minutes past 5 in the evening, Boston, America. Setting the scene there. Anthony Falcon. We're finally off that goddamn plane! Antonio Kenway. Couldn't put it better than myself, Tony. Anthony Falcon. Come on then, Ant, we better go get checked into our hotel. 1 hour later. Le Palace Grand Hotel. Very American sounding. Anthony Falcon. Holding suitcase. Hello there, my good man. Can we have a room for two? Dante Blood God. Certainly. Will that be the honeymoon suite? Antonio Kenway. Oh no, I've forgotten his voice already. Funny one, smart guy. We will just have one normal room. I'm not really sure where these characters are from, and I conceived some of these characters myself, and these accents do not match what I had in mind. Dante Bloodgod. Of course, we wouldn't want your friend here to get too excited now, would we? Antonio Kenway. What is that supposed to mean? All these characters seem to have a slight Irish twang to their accent. Oh dear. I don't mean to offend any Irish people out there. Dante Bloodgod. Passes over keys. Oh, never mind. Your room is in floor 13, room number 313. Have a nice day. Anthony Falcon. Thank you. Reads Dante's name badge. Dainty. Is it? What a strange name. Dante Bloodgod. It is Dante, actually. Dante Bloodgod. Antonio Kenway. Enters elevator. I do apologize on behalf of my friend. End of scene. And I think we will leave that there for today. On to this next screenplay. Court Martials, The Early Days, Season 1, Episode 6, Betrayer in the Courtroom, which sounds rather dramatic. Season 1, Episode 6, two-part finale. Now on here it says who wrote the screenplay, who edited it, who conceived the story, who produced it, and there's a small section here called In Memory of, and it lists 3 people who are still very much alive, but they just moved schools. So there was a little memoriam there. Kind of, looking back, it kind of makes it seem like they died. Well, I suppose I'm not in contact with any of them anymore, so I guess, in a way, that they did die. Beginning titles. Scene 1. Skyfall Court, Portsmouth, Spring 2012, mid-afternoon. Amelia Williams. Welcome to Skyfall Court, and please all rise for the Honourable Judge for this hearing, Mrs. Rachel Lloyd. Points towards Rachel, then stands near Francesca. Rachel Lloyd. Thank you very much, Miss Amelia Williams. Looks at Amelia. And you may sit. Everyone sits down. Now, Mr. Dave Johnson, is that right? David Johnson. Aha. Actually, Your Honour, it's David Johnson. Rachel Lloyd. Very well then, Dave. I was informed by Miss Williams that this is continuing from a previous case, and that Mr. Leonardo Prescott is a possible suspect. Is that correct? David Johnson. Yes, it is. However, Mr. Prescott's whereabouts are currently interrupted by Amelia Williams. Me and my unit are currently working on this, Your Honour. Rachel Lloyd looks confused yet angry at Amelia and David. David Johnson looks at Rachel and apologises, quickly turns to Amelia. May I please continue? Even though Mr. Prescott is not here, we have his lawyer, who is willing to stand in for him, Mr. Kevin McAfee. There it is again, the characters slip into the Irish. I'm not even Irish myself, I'm not even trying to do it on purpose, it's just happening. Thank you, Your Honour, Mr. Johnson. Now, can I ask what Leonardo has been charged with? And can you please show me your proof? Rachel Lloyd. Oh, that was Kevin McAfee there, who gets up from his chair. Rachel Lloyd. Yes, Miss Williams, please can you remind Mr. McAfee of what Mr. Prescott has been charged for? Amelia Williams. Certainly. Leonardo has been charged with 2 counts of kidnapping and 3 murders, one of which has been the greatly loved Detective Inspector Murphy. I looked up to him. Dakota always talked about him. Sighs. End of scene. I think we'll leave that there. If you'd like me to read more of these screenplays written by myself and several former associates from several years ago, then please do let us know. But in the meantime, we will leave it there. Thank you for tuning in for Bradley's Book Review number 2, where we didn't review a book, but we read a screenplay. If you can consider that a screenplay with only 4 pages, 2 of which have nothing on them. It's safe to say this remained unfinished. Tune in next time and subscribe for more.